Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Wasn't another pretty night offensively, especially. But a win is a win is a win. Tennessee's 5-1, and you beat Florida. So I'm going to tell you why that's important and why you should stop complaining here when we come back.
You are Locked On Vols, your daily podcast on the Tennessee Volunteers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome into a Locked On Vols POSTCAST edition. You're probably watching this on Sunday, maybe Sunday morning on the way to church. Maybe if you're crazy and staying up all night, kind of like I am, maybe you're listening to this here in the middle of the night. But I did want to get something out there. I did do the last couple of weeks because I was on the road and traveling and all that. But since we're at home, it's a little bit easier for me to do. I wanted to get some of my immediate thoughts, my instant reactions, and knowing that I'm going to go back and watch the game tomorrow, and I'm going to have plenty of notes and things, and I miss a lot during the games. Things that I miss, I'm going to see on tape, and we'll come back strong and ready to roll for a Monday show. But this is raw. This is instant reactions, and my biggest takeaway, I was kind of joking there in the cold open, right? I mean, there's plenty to complain about. There is plenty to be upset about, to not like in this football game, and that's fair. Again, it's not my job to tell you how to fan. That's not my place. But I will say this, and I'll go back to, I don't know if it was after the Oklahoma game, whatever game that I said it about, and you everydayers heard me say this. You don't apologize for a win. Coach Sparks taught me that at Carson Newman when we were down at Shorter, and we played just awful, and everybody's like kind of upset. We're not talking, in the locker room, and he's like, "What are you doing? Celebrate! Don't apologize for winning a football game. Like what are you doing? Because winning is hard. You want to know how hard it is? Ole Miss, who everybody crowned the best team in the world this offseason, right? 2 losses midseason. Okay, Tennessee obviously has a loss. Nearly had a second loss here midseason. Alabama has 1 loss to Georgia, where you battle back and you battle back and you battle back, right? Or, excuse me, Alabama held off Georgia, where it looked like 2 different football teams in that game. Got my teams mixed up. And then went on the road and lost to Vanderbilt, and then played at home and nearly gave up a game to South Carolina. Ole Miss has 2 losses, as I mentioned. Kentucky, has a couple of head-scratching outcomes. LSU's got an early season loss. I mean, Georgia, I believe, is the second best team in the SEC, but we can all agree that Georgia doesn't look as dominant as it can be. I mean, there's only one team where I'm just like, yeah, by and large, far and away, that's the best team in the conference right now, and that's Texas. Okay, so it is wide open, and it's fun. It's exciting, especially with the college football playoff era being 12 teams. It gives you a whole lot to play for. So I guess my advice would be, when you're so mad and you're so frustrated because you barely beat a bad Florida team, look around the country, man. It is tough. It is very, very tough to win football games. Now, having said all that, I'm gonna continue on with this Florida thing, but trust me, the other shoe's gonna fall here, because there's a lot about this football game that was disgusting, and there's some issues. Anybody thinking that I'm trying to gloss over the issues here, please listen to the whole show. I mean, goodness gracious, that offense. You beat Florida. That's a team that you've only beaten 3 times since 2004. That's a team that prior to tonight, the last time you'd won 2 games in Gainesville in more recent memory than 2 games in a row at Neyland Stadium. It is a series where so many things go wrong. It is a series where the better team doesn't always win. It's a series where backup quarterbacks have been dominant. It's a series that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? And so you won that football game, and you knew, and I said it all week long, I know how this series goes. Tennessee's clearly the better football team. Tennessee should win this football game. Tennessee's favored by 2 touchdowns, but I know how this series goes, so I'm going to take Florida to cover. And we knew it could kind of get wacky in a little bit, and that's kind of what it did. I mean, this game went into overtime, and if not for Billy Napier kind of forcing his hand and making Tennessee call a timeout, and then betting better of it, and going to kick in the PAT at the top of the ball game. I mean, I thought they were going to go for 2 right there. And if you win that, if you go for 2 and make it, I mean, that's ball game, right? But you didn't. If not for an illegal substitution, having 12 men on the field, to kind of wipe off 3 points there heading into the halftime break, that was crucial, right? You got a couple of breaks, no doubt. I mean, a couple of breaks went against you as well. And it's just kind of a wacky football game. But Florida's no juggernaut. Florida's not going to the college football playoff this year. This is not a great Florida football team, and that Florida offense isn't going to be winning any awards. But what Tennessee's defense just continues to do week after week after week is impressive. I mean, you got 17 points tonight, 19 points a week ago. You had you had a shutout against UTC or Kent State, whatever it was, 10 points against NC State. I mean, I understand these are not high-flying offenses, but what this defense just continues to do is so impressive. James Pierce, again, what an outing for James Pierce. I'm just going to save the offense until next segment, guys. What an outing for James Pierce. Again, had 9 tackles a week ago. He's got 7 tackles tonight, had half a sack, okay, had a TFL, had a forced fumble. I mean, what a play there on the goal line. What a play there on the goal line where he's just ripping, scratching, calling, trying to do anything, and it's a huge point of emphasis in this football game. I thought Joshua Josephs was really good here tonight. He had 7 tackles. I thought Tennessee overall 3 sacks, a sack and a half from Omar Norman Law, which I thought he was flying all over the place. A couple TFLs from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different guys had partial or full TFLs, which I thought was really, really good. It's just phenomenal. I mean, you look at the drive chart, not chart. You look at it's late. You look at the drive chart for Florida in the first half. Punt, field goal, okay, turnover on downs, which was fourth. It was at the Tennessee 18-yard line, okay, Tennessee 18-yard line. No. Yeah, Tennessee 18. I'm going to see if I'm looking at this right. Tennessee 18-yard line, and Tennessee forced a turnover on downs. Okay, you had that fumble that I just talked about with James Pierce, which was awesome, and then you had the botched, too many men on the field there at halftime. Going into the halftime break, Tennessee defense comes back out. It is, issues a punt, allows a touchdown to score, which is not great. They go 92 yards on 9 plays, just move down the field at ease, but then you get an interception from Arian Carter. You force another turnover on downs on a something that ended at the Tennessee 38-yard line. Tennessee 38-yard line, which was really, really good. Punt, touchdown there at the end, which was not great, and then of course the field goal attempt that missed. Tennessee trailed 10-0 in the third quarter, and once again, just came back, showed resiliency, but once again, told its defense, like, hey, this game's on you. Hey, this game's on you. Go win this football game. And that's what it did. So this defense, again, not perfect, not facing juggernaut offenses, but, I mean, we say it week after week, like, goodness gracious, they just continue to go out there and perform. James Pierce is playing out of his mind right now. Thought Ricky Gibson was all over the field tonight. I thought Jamal McCoy made some great pass breakups. I thought Bryson Easton played well. I thought Omar Norman Lott played well. I thought Boo Carter played his best football game in a Tennessee uniform. And it sucks because I think Keenan Pili's hurt. I do. We'll see what comes of this. We'll see, what Tennessee announces in the coming days. But I think Keenan Pili's hurt, and I hope he's not hurt long term. But I think that just from what I saw, that didn't look good. And he was playing so hard, and that's going to stink. Second straight year if he's out. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that did not look like a good injury. But Tennessee found a way to rally, and Jeremiah Thielander and Caleb Perry and Jalen Smith and Arian Carter and so on and so forth. Need to get Edwin Spillman back as well, but Tennessee defense just continue to find a way. Hey, when we come back, we've got plenty more stuff to get into. We're going to talk about the offense. What I saw. Was there any improvement from last week to this week, and just what is going on for what we thought was going to be different, from this year. All that and more is coming up next as we continue on here with a postcast edition. Tennessee's a 23-17 winner over Florida in overtime. I want to tell you guys about my friends over at LinkedIn Jobs. When you are hiring for your small business, you want to find quality professionals that are right for the role. That's why you got to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs has the tools to help you find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn isn't just like any other job board. LinkedIn helps you hire professionals that you can't find anywhere else, even those that aren't actively searching for new jobs, but might be open to the perfect role. In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So if you're not looking on LinkedIn, you're looking in the wrong place. 86% of small businesses get qualified candidates within 24 hours. Hire a professional. like a professional. That's on LinkedIn. Post your job for free over at linkedin.com/lockedoncollege. That's linkedin.com/lockedoncollege to post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. So big thank you to LinkedIn. Big thank you to our friends over the Game Time app. Game Time is an app to where you can buy tickets to events in your area. If you put in that promo code LockedOnCollege, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Again, that's promo code LockedOnCollege, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. You can download Game Time today, where it's last-minute tickets, lowest price guarantee. They get the lowest price guarantee. What I just said, they're going to credit you 110% of the difference if you find a cheaper ticket somewhere else in that same section. They've got, seat views. You can see exactly what you're paying for. They've got the Game Time picks, so you don't have to. You can filter through all the fluff to find the incredible deals for you. But it's not just for sporting events. It can be for concerts. It can be for entertainment. It can be for comedy shows. Any type of entertainment show in your area, you can buy tickets to that event on the Game Time app. Again, download the Game Time app today or go to GameTime.co. Put in the promo code LockedOnCollege for $20 off your purchase. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. All right, so defense, good. Defense wasn't perfect, but defense was good. Offense, what is going on? We got people mad, obviously, and that's fair. Got people saying it's my fault. That comes with the territory. I don't think any of us thought that the offense would struggle kind of the way it is, and I think it's evident this is not just the easiest fix in the world. You're not just going to come out there and just everything was going to be perfect the next week. And I didn't think that coming into this week. But what I am so surprised about is a defense that allowed 310 yards of rushing to a backup quarterback-led Texas A&M ball club, that allowed 240 yards to the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. That same defense torched Tennessee offensively in this football game. Again, Dylan Sampson, he earns every stinking yard he gets. There was nothing on the ground in the first half. He just kept on turning, just kept on moving, and just kept on keeping on, if you will. And ultimately, he scores a hat trick. He scores 3 touchdowns in this football game, including the game winner in overtime. And he has over 100 yards on the ground in this football game. I think it's funny, too. What got him to be over 100 yards in this football game at the time was the last play of regulation, where Florida was just making sure Tennessee didn't score a touchdown. So, he got, 10, 12 yards on that last play of the game, and that put Tennessee over Florida for rushing in the football game, and it put Dylan Sampson over 100 yards. But, it was tough sledding yet again. Tennessee's not run the football well in the first quarter. Tennessee's not run the football well in the first half. The last 3 games are really in conference play. But I'll tell you the difference is, the difference in at least this year compared to last year, Tennessee could never run against Florida during the Josh Heupel era. Had trouble running against Florida last year. Tennessee, now, to be determined, we'll see how they perform in these games against Alabama and Georgia. But Tennessee struggles to run the football in those games. At least here in the past 3 games, it's been a struggle, but Tennessee eventually finds its ground game. And, Tennessee ended with a respectable 143 yards on the ground. That's not great. Again, that should be so much better, but it's respectable. I thought Tennessee battled at wide receiver. Squirrel White clearly battled the night. He's in. He's out of the lineup. He's got that shoulder deal. That AC joint sprain is tough, guys. It hurts. I remember I had one when I played at Carson Newman, and they had to put literally, imagine this, your shoulder, okay, had to literally wrap it with bubble wrap. I'm not kidding. Okay, I don't know if they still do this, but I literally wrapped it with bubble wrap, put shoulder pads on. And guys, I did not play too long ago. It's been about a decade, but it's not been too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Just wild. And those hurt. So the fact that he was playing at all, tip your cap to him. He's a tough guy. Thought Chris Brazzell was better tonight. Good to see Ethan Davis playing some. I thought Chaz Nimrod, dude, you got to make that catch over the middle there in the fourth quarter. It was a fastball thrown by Iamaleava, but, dude, make that catch. I thought Nico close on a couple of those deep balls, man. Close to squirrel over the middle. Bad throw to Chaz Nimrod down the sideline. Bad throw. That's a walking touchdown. Bad throw. He missed squirrel, I believe, here on the south side end zone on what I think could have been a walked-in touchdown. But, again, man, I think, as crazy as it sounds, I think I saw a little bit of improvement from last week at Arkansas to this week against Florida. There were some explosives, okay? They were just a little bit off in the down the field passing. Able to run the football a little bit better, as the game went along. Of course, Arkansas, Dylan Sampson had that long run of 53, and that kind of padded the stats a little bit. But still, too many punts, too many 3-and-outs, too many protections issues, and too many throws where Nico, it's like, what are you doing, man? The one to Chaz Nimrod down the sideline was a walk-in touchdown. The interceptions you threw, triple coverage, just staring down a receiver, throwing it into triple coverage. Like, what are you doing, man? He's got to be better. But those around have got to be better too. I mean, I thought John Campbell was so bad tonight. I thought Lance Hurd was better, and I liked seeing Lance Hurd move up there on that. He pulled and kicked around and kind of led on that Dylan Sampson touchdown to 23 yards there in the third quarter. But he still looks like he's in slow motion, man. He might have the feet of a guard, to be honest with you. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I thought John Campbell was really bad tonight, and I thought Lance Hurd was a little bit better, but still not where you need to be. I thought the interior, Tennessee's offensive line, the interior was better tonight. I'll go back and watch it on tape, but overall, man, this offense it's still not where it needs to be, and it starts with the quarterback. Quarterback's got to be better. I'm not trying to make excuses, but overall, oh man, it's a week by week thing. I continue to stress. So I'm going to watch the tape. I'm going to go back. I'm going to write a column. I'm going to learn, some stuff that I missed during real time, and we'll come back on Monday. We'll have scoring plays. We'll have Cainer grades, some more thoughts, some of the topics after my rewatch, all that and more. It's on a Monday morning Locked On Vols. But here's the big thing, guys. Again, you can be mad. You can be frustrated. I get all that. Do you. Okay, do you. But at the end of the day, you beat Florida where you lost games to Florida just like Florida lost to you. Okay? Just like Florida lost tonight, you have lost games that way. But tonight you won. And you are a 5-1 football team. And you are 2-1 in Southeastern Conference play. Not a bad spot. And you host Alabama at home next week. Anything can happen. Alabama is certainly beatable, okay? Sure, you want to be perfect. You want to be better. And I'm not saying that Tennessee shouldn't be better offensively. Absolutely should. I'm not saying Tennessee's where it needs to be. But you're in a pretty decent spot. Learn from it, correct it, have a better offensive show, and improve for next week, and go beat Alabama. This has been Locked On Vols POSTCAST show. Appreciate you guys as always. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll be back on Monday morning with so much more from this game. Tennessee, a winner over Florida, 23-17 in overtime, the final score.